Don't start saying shit.
I can just see the things running through Derek's head right now.
Oh, I know. He's just waiting for it. 3, 2, 1. On this episode of the KD Sports Talk, we're getting paid, boys. Everybody's getting paid now.
Like fucking Oprah, baby.
Yeah, you get a bag, and you get a bag, and you get a bag. Everybody gets a bag. Whoo-wee. I mean, it only took, what, a century for this shit to actually fucking happen? More? But the NCAA...
Imagine how much money I could have made when I was...
Yeah. You, a fucking fat fullback on a Division III school.
Fat fullback for the first 2 years. Then I was just an average lineman.
Yeah. So the NCAA is finally allowing players and student athletes to make money off of their name, image, and likeness now. It really comes down to it's kind of like the Wild West right now. There's no real rules in place. So, I mean, they can do pretty much whatever they want. But as of right now, everything includes advertising for local businesses, autographs, teaching at camps or private lessons. They can monetize their social media accounts. They can start their own businesses, and they'll be able to sign with an agent to help bring in opportunities for them. I believe that we are all in agreement here that this is a good thing and that it's about fucking time.
I'm waiting for one person to be like sponsored by some type of cannabis.
They can't.
No.
So they can't.
There it is.
So there are a couple rules. They can't.
Yeah.
Anything that's not federally like legalized.
Legal or
what if you're in Denver?
Or approved by the NCAA.
Yeah. So gambling, they can't be sponsored by gambling companies.
Right. So no DraftKings.
DraftKings,
nothing like that.
No like Penn.
Local sports bets or any of that stuff.
They can't do tobacco, alcohol, or cannabis either.
What about the mob? Can they be sponsored by the mob?
Well, now that you say that, one of the big ideas that everybody's having is that either schools or big boosters from the school or for the schools are going to just make shell corporations and funnel money into those shell corporations and then pay the players through that.
Cool. I don't care.
And they're going to do it until the NCAA pulls a rule out. That
Correct. Master P's son,
Percy.
Percy is a senior in high school. He is, I can't remember.
Little Bow Wow.
Not him.
Little Romeo. I'm sorry. Little Romeo.
I thought it was her. It's not Percy. It's Percy with an H.
Percy?
Percy Miller is Master P.
Master P. Yes.
Percy with an H is his son.
That's ridiculous.
He is a senior in high school.
Figure it out.
Going into college, he has signed a $2 million deal with some company that he's never heard of before, or anybody's ever heard of before.
It's probably his dad's.
Yeah, it's probably, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm getting at. Apparently, it is legit. This is like a legit company that's been around before. But $2 million deal over 4 years. He signed, and then down in Miami, there is a gym owner who is starting a fund, and I think he already has $500,000 in it to just pay the Miami players. So it is legitimately a fucking shit show.
Well, Miami's going to beat Alabama this year, so.
Yeah, and it was the who was it? The Cavender twins. They're big on TikTok. They play basketball. They're twin sisters that play basketball at Fresno State. I think it's Fresno State, but they have 4 million followers on TikTok and Instagram. So I can't imagine how much money they're going to make.
Dude, the social media, day one of this whole thing.
So they're roughly, according to gross income for social media influencers, 80 cents per follower. So according to advertising standards, they're going to make roughly $3 million yearly just off of their social media.
Social media, yep.
Which is insane. And they signed big money with, I think it was like Boost Mobile or something like that. They signed with Boost Mobile. Which was
hilarious.
the first. It was the very first deal that was signed.
Now they're gonna have to make sure they have Wi-Fi everywhere because their phones aren't gonna work.
Boost Mobile, where you at?
And then it was and then there's been
that's the tagline like because they can never hear you.
Derek King hit the quarterback for Miami, signed like $20,000 with a local business or something like that in Miami already. So these kids are. I mean, it's gonna happen. I mean, they'll make money, which is good. And then the funny stuff's starting to come out. So the whole Reggie Bush thing's gonna happen. They talked about if he was in college now, he could make roughly $1 million. Just off
Reggie?
They were talking about how he would be a millionaire just off of endorsement deals as a college athlete.
Yeah, back then.
Right now, if he was playing, if he was playing right now,
if Reggie Bush
would be more than that.
Would be way more than that.
NCAA.
Yeah, if this rule was in
Speaking
effect,
directly to you,
but then and then
we know
Miles
who won
Bridges,
the
who played at Michigan State.
Right.
Yeah,
we know who has the records. We know who won the national championship. We don't give a fuck. We're still saying Reggie Bush is a Heisman. We're still saying the Trojans won a championship.
Ready.
And we are still saying that he has stats. You know, like, you try, fuck you.
I like that
give him his shit back.
I like that some former players are having fun with it. I don't know if you guys seen or follow Miles Bridges on Twitter. He plays for the Hornets now, and he went to Michigan State, Derek. He's a basketball player. And he was actually deemed ineligible at Michigan State because he went to a $40 lunch with an agent, and he didn't pay for it. So the NCAA reactivated him as long as he paid $40 to a charity. So he did that, and after the whole deal thing struck and it came official, he tweeted out, said, "Damn NCAA, where my $40 at?"
So JJ Redick, Derek, yes. JJ Redick, okay.
Duke.
Duke. Good job. There we go. So JJ Redick, he actually did the same kind of thing too. He was like, I would have made a bag when I was at Duke.
For
and
sure.
He was like, but I would have spent it all on Natty Light
and Lacoste polos. With the collar
popped.
Of course. So.
Oh fuck, man, I love it.
When you guys are. I want to stay in NCAA, and this is not necessarily big news that people may or may not know, but this is kind of personal news for actually probably Nick and I, both of us. A person that I went to school with, played football with, and graduated with, Josh Runda. He actually was the defensive coordinator at Bluffton University. And he is now the defensive quality control. I hope that's his title. Coach at Iowa State.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So my head coach at that time, Tyson Veit, is actually already there and is now recruiting a former player of his for his defensive. I don't think he's a defensive coordinator, but still, he probably was instrumental on getting him onto that program now, and he's under a great head coach.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I think that just came out today or possibly yesterday, but I believe it was today. So I want to say congratulations to him, even though he doesn't listen, he doesn't know this podcast exists, but it was kind of personal. It's kind of cool to.
We'll find him online and we'll just tag him in it.
Maybe we can get him in.
He's online and he does podcasts all the time. So yes, we could absolutely probably get him on here.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Especially during the season.
Quality control assistant is what he was hired as.
There you go.
At Iowa State, you said?
Yep, Iowa State.
Yep. He is a Cyclone now.
Boy, that's awesome. So that's two Beavers.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
And then like it was cool too because Easy's brother, Coach Veit, recruited. There was a kid that played at Bluffton with Derek too. That was from the I think it was Detroit area. somewhere in Michigan.
I think he's from Detroit.
Yeah, and he moved to Toledo. Coach Fight did after with Coach Campbell. Yeah. And he's been with Coach Campbell at Toledo and now at Iowa State. And his younger brother, I can't pronounce his first name, but he was one of their top recruits going into Toledo out of Michigan, and they got him to go to Iowa State, and he played some pretty big time for Iowa State for the last 4 years. So
there you go.
Vite's keeping his thumbprint on the old Midwest for Iowa State. Yeah.
Okay, let's move on.
Yeah, that was unexpected. That was actually pretty cool. Unexpected. Okay, so
let's talk about your favorite guy.
Well, hold on. First off, who put a freaking Twitter URL in the show notes?
Well, we know who that is.
It was definitely you.
Me.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't me.
It definitely wasn't me.
I looked at it. I mean, it was cool. It was something about Shohei Ohtani.
Oh yeah, that was definitely me. I'm an idiot. Yeah. I thought I saved the picture and put the picture in. Okay, we'll do that later. That's not important. So, with everything going on, there's a lot of guys coming back with the out of the NBA draft. They're coming back to college. EJ Liddell, he came back.
Yes, big for the Buckeyes.
Big for the Buckeyes. And then Nick's guy, apparently he likes Dick, but Hunter Dickinson is coming back to Michigan. And as you can tell,
Hunter what?
Is Dixon?
Dickskin.
Dickskin.
Hunter Dickskin.
Yes. Yeah. Hey, I mean, it's huge. I mean, Michigan lost some key pieces. They lost Franz Wagner and Isaiah Livers, both going pro, not coming back. Chaundi Brown, Mike Smith, grad transfers from last year, gone now, which was 4 major players for him. Now they get Hunter Dickinson back, second team All-American last year, Big Ten Freshman of the Year. I mean, big time, big man. I'm glad he came back. Now they add, you throw that. 3 other starters coming back. I'm trying to think of who was it that's coming back with him. So you got, and then you got 2 5-star prospects coming in. Michigan's got one of the top recruiting classes in the country coming in this season. 2 5-stars, 2 4-stars, and a 3-star. And plus they got guys with a bunch of experience. So I am over the freaking moon that Dickinson came back, because I didn't think he was NBA ready just yet. And I think he can ball out for 1 more year and then do your thing. But, stay 1 more year, because I think this team's got a natty run in it with him back.
Yeah, for sure. I think they could make it definitely pretty far this year in the tournament. And
they're definitely a top 5 team now, probably starts the year with him back.
But was it Kofi? Is Kofi coming back to? Or is he leaving? He's leaving. Not Kofi Kingston. Wait, that's his name.
Kofi Coburn.
Yeah, Kofi Coburn.
Kofi Kingston is a
wrestler.
Yeah.
He's a wrestler. Hey, there's our wrestling talk for the week. Good job, guys.
It's the only Kofi I know.
I know.
I don't know if Coburn is coming back or not.
I thought I saw something about him leaving, like transferring from Illinois.
He let's see. Wants to make staying in Illinois, transferring. Oh yeah, so he's thinking about either staying or transferring.
That's crazy.
So apparently
he was a monster for them last year.
Kentucky is in the rumor mill for him.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah. That would freaking suck for the basketball world. That sucks. I mean, I kind of get why he would leave. I mean, there isn't nothing there now that just Diasumu or however the hell. I haven't talked college basketball in a while, so I'm kind of rough on the names right now. But
I know, right?
Their superstar, Illinois superstar from last year, is gone. So, Kofi Coburn not coming back to Illinois would be big.
Kofi Kingston.
Big
yeah, Kofi Kingston had a big match on Monday.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe he did.
He did.
But yeah, so it's I think with the crazy thing about Dickinson coming back is that Michigan I think can now go about 10 deep. Dickinson.
Nope. That doesn't help.
Yeah, that was a bad one. That was a bad
I know,
one.
I was on purpose. But I think Michigan's got a real shot at big time promise here for this.
Yeah,
Juwan Howard's doing all the right stuff. And like I said, Michigan's been a basketball school since Beeline came back. So
this whole time they've been a basketball schools this whole time.
Do they still play football in Ann Arbor?
I don't think so. I have I mean, if we're going to talk about that, I have been there in Buckeyes Twitter. There's a lot of guys that post pictures of Michigan message boards.
Mm-hmm.
Holy fuck, are you guys crying? Like bad.
What are we crying about?
The fact that we recruited 5 of the top 10 for this year. The fact that just this year alone we've had more 5-star wide receivers than you guys have had in the last, I think, like 6 years. All that shit. Everything.
And like 6 of your top highest rated recruits of all time are in the next class.
These next 2 classes.
But none of that means anything if you don't win a national championship with it.
1,000%. I 1,000% agree.
Like with Ryan Day, keep recruiting, you keep beating Michigan, but I'm sorry, but like the days are numbered now. Nobody gives a crap about beating Michigan anymore at Ohio State. Like it's you got to win the game. Like obviously that's a big deal, but you got to finish it with a national championships are more important now. Like I think every Ohio State fan would take losing to Michigan if it meant national title.
Yes.
No, you're an idiot if you don't think that.
Hold on. You just said that if we lost to Michigan but won the national title, we would be okay with it?
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, I agree with that.
If it's a guarantee.
Ryan Day, okay, let's just say the next 10 years, Ryan Day loses to Michigan 5 times in 10 years, but you win 4 national titles.
Fire him.
No.
Well,
no
no.
way.
No.
Out of here.
Okay.
Yeah,
so,
there'd be some old head that would be that way, but
yeah. So yeah, if we're winning natties like that, so with the whole name, image, and likeness thing, as long as Ohio State can get the opportunities to the guys to make that money, and I mean our social media presence as Buckeye Nation, we have the best social media presence of any team in the country. We have more interactions than anybody else. And so if they can get their social medias up and running and get them monetized and all that stuff, they make them a lot of money just based off us. And so as long as they can keep funneling those kids money, we'll keep getting the top recruits.
Mid-major football is over.
Mid-major football. Well,
we know it.
Well, I think mid-major football can still.
They need to be
able
to. In 10 years from now, there's going to be a new division in NCAA. There's going to be a new FCS that's going to be created for the BGs and the Toledos of the world, because it's going to be the ACC, Big 12, Big 10, SEC, Pac-12. Those 5, the Power Fives. The Power Fives. They're going to dominate just because they'll have the money to do it.
Oh yeah, and I think that it'll be even worse than that. I think that it's going to be the top schools. I think that's going to be. It's gonna be Ohio State. It'll be Michigan. No matter, even if they have a shit team, Michigan has a big enough
they make
alumni
enough money.
base, and they make enough money. They can.
Their brand is nationwide still.
Correct. Their brand is global. It's not just nationwide.
Well,
their brand is global.
Their brand is for academics,
Alabama,
but the alumni are nuts.
Yeah, Alabama, Miami, Texas, Oklahoma, Oregon, and LSU and USC. I think you're going to have your big schools that are going to be able to pay out the most money, and they're just going to be in the playoffs every single year. And that's why when they bump the number up to 12 in a couple of years, it's going to encompass everybody, and it's going to get that national range, and it's going to make everything a lot better. But you're going to see a lot of the same schools, the Purdue's and like the Indiana's and like fucking Kentucky's football program. it's going to be a lot more disparity in between the tops.
I see, and that's where I think that's where it's going to change. I think that those Power 5 schools, yes, Ohio State, Bama, those big schools, Clemson, they're going to have the money and they're going to have the good teams. But I think those standouts, that the surprise guys that come through BG or Toledo or anywhere that make NFL teams are going to start floating to these smaller Power 5 schools, because there's going to be more money involved. And I think there's going to be like, I think Indiana, like I said, the back end of the Power 5s will elevate, because that the top tier mid-major talent is going to be going to those schools more. They're not going to just because they're going to go for money. They're not going to go for playing time. Like, like if I'm a running back, like, and it's like, okay, I can go to Ohio State as a walk-on, or Indiana's looking, or Purdue's looking at me or whatever, or I could go be a stud at BG, or what I mean. There's guys that do that.
Do you think there's going to be that much difference between what a player could make at BG versus what a player could make at Purdue?
100%.
But I mean, the school's not paying them. It's the school.
Yeah, I know, but the school has more. The school has the brand, like, so, like the state of Indiana, like there's going to be whatever in West Lafayette or wherever the hell Purdue's at. I think it's West Lafayette. Businesses there are going to be like local car dealerships or whatever. They're going to be paying those kids to do commercials or do autograph sessions for whatever. Like, so that's what I'm saying. Like, there's money involved now, that some of these, I think that teams like the Northwesterns, the Purdue's, the Indianas,
well, Northwestern's got Chicago. Northwestern could actually do a lot.
Yeah. Well, then, like, you got, like, you go out west, like Oregon State, those smaller schools, like, I think they'll get a little bit better. But I still think, like you said, the top 5 recruiting classes every year is going to be pretty much the same. It's going to be Ohio State, Bama, Clemson, Texas, Oklahoma, whoever, just because they're going to have all the money to the area to offer the money. It's because it's not the school that's offering it, but the school's brand is going to make them the money. Yeah.
And that's where I think Clemson is still going to be okay. Like, I think they're going to be able to handle it. Outside of South Carolina, you don't really have like a national fan base for Clemson.
No, I think you'd be surprised.
I might be, but like, it just doesn't feel like
now. Especially now, just like Golden State Warriors, there were no Golden State Warrior fans anywhere.
Oh, Jesus,
Steph Curry and the boys, right? So it's the same thing. You got that national reach. There's young kids out there that get influenced by good teams, that see good players, that were, fans of each, and it's like, okay, well, now I'm a Clemson fan, because that's how it worked out. So it'll grow. I don't think that's going to be an issue anywhere.
I really don't know, like, when it comes to football, if there's like any real way. So the best way for kids at a smaller school would be to just social media. Just be on social media as much as you possibly can, as many highlight videos as you can get out there. Easy digital marketing ads that they could put out. That would be the best way for them to make money. Once you get into, like, you have to be more self-promoting when you're in those, like, smaller schools. Yeah. But I think they can still make a bag doing it.
Yeah, they can be comfortable.
Yeah, absolutely. But
they're not making $3 million off of a fucking deal, but yes.
Right. It's a lot quicker to go to a bigger school and get an endorsement deal for, say, a couple $1,000 than it is to put the time into social media when you're already a student and an athlete.
Yeah.
So that's where I think that's where it's going to make the difference. It's going to be easier for these kids to make money at the bigger schools in bigger towns. And so, like you said, like Northwestern, like, they got Chicago, like, unlocked. Like, Northwestern could be like one of those teams that, like, just
pops up,
explodes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you think about it, like, let's say Florida State, they have Tallahassee, and that's a decent sized market, but Miami might actually come back. I mean, they could. I mean, in a couple of years after like once all this stuff like kicks in, Miami could come back and they could be really, really fighting Clemson for the ACC because of the amount of money that they're going to be able to, generate for these kids. And like, it's if you think about it, it's a warm climate. Like it is a football town. And as much as it hasn't felt like it in a while,
there's no income tax in Miami either, or in
Florida.
So the kids making money there.
Well, no, there's no state tax.
There's no state income tax in Florida. So all that money they make, they don't get taxed on.
Yep. And that's going to play a big role too.
Yeah.
And so
it should, just like it should in the NFL, but the teams in the Florida suck. So
yeah. But like with California is like over like almost 50% state income tax. It's a big number, and that could have a big role to play in some of these kids going out there.
Absolutely.
So let's move from one bag to the next. Free Sha'Carri Richardson. That's all I'm saying. Okay. That girl sparkles on the fucking racetrack. She needs to be in Tokyo.
The defending champ.
Yeah, racing for the freaking USA. And she gets fucking banned and banned for 30 days. So that 30-day ban should have ended before Tokyo, but they left her off of the roster for the relays. So she's fucked.
So she accepted her 30-day ban.
Yeah, she accepted everything. She
owned up to it, which I think is the refreshing part about it is you're not hearing any excuses. She's kind of given like the excuse, like she was going through a tough time. I understand that, but like she's like she has the like her excuse, but she's not letting that excuse like say this is like you should feel sorry for me or anything like that. She's like, I screwed up, like whatever.
1,000%.
But so she took her 30-day ban, and I think she took it because she knew she couldn't run the 100 in that 30 days, but she could be reinstated in time to run the 4x1. And I think it's absolutely like I'm one of those people, like I understand like this, even the state she was doing it in, completely legal. It's a completely stupid rule, but I'm gonna go back to the Josh Gordon effect. It's the rule, like you shouldn't be doing it. Like, and then people and then like I understand, people are pulling out the race card and all this stuff, but I don't know if people remember a swimmer. I think he might be the greatest Olympian to ever live.
What was his name?
Michael Phelps,
I think so. I think that's that kind of rings a bell. Yeah. I think that rings a bell.
And it was so funny because everybody's just like, well, Michael Phelps got busted for smoking weed and he still swam in the Olympics. Well, he got busted at the right time. One, it was the year before the Olympics, and he served a 6-month ban. He did his 6 months, did his time, and it was in time for the Olympics. But it's just like, I mean, it's a terrible rule. It just happened to, and there's been a couple track athletes that black track athletes that, because there's numerous people saying that they're not going to watch the Olympics because it's a racist ruling and all this stuff. But then there's black athletes that are saying like, hey, there's plenty of us out that are still going to be competing in these Olympics that have worked our tails off for years and have put the work in and deserve to be here. Like, we want your support too. And I think that's completely right. Like, I'm sorry, girl. Like, you're the bomb, and you're fast. You probably would win gold again, but like, you fucked up. You done fucked up. Like, it ain't nobody else's fault but yours. You knew the rule. You took I love that she took it though, right off the rip. Took her 30-day ban, knowing that she could get to run those relays again if she could. But now that's the part I think is the shitty part, is how can you leave the defending gold medalist on the 100-meter dash out of the 4x1 relay that she would be able, that she would have been completely fine to compete in. That's got nothing to do, like I said, she didn't take any performance enhancing drugs. It's not like she's cheating or anything. It's like, I think it's complete. This is where we can start talking. We can get into all the race cards or anything we want to get into is how they left her off, because I want to know why. Please give me the reason why You left.
Well, that happened today, right? Like 3 hours ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reporters are going to get out. Yeah. Reporters are going to get. They're going to start. Yeah. They're definitely going to start asking questions.
You got to, because it's just you left the fastest woman on the planet sitting at home when she could be on your team going to win gold. Don't give me the excuse that they had a team already and who cares? You're winning. You want to win gold. You put the fastest people out there. Usain Bolt ran the 4x1 with Jamaica, like
smoking weed every day.
Right. Well, probably. But
probably.
I mean, Jamaica, come on. But
speaking of which, I saw his high school track.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And
on your honeymoon.
It is dirt.
Yeah.
They said this is where Usain Bolt went to high school, and I'm like, that is a desert for a
that is a lot of dirt.
Yeah.
That's where toughness is built, man. Not on freaking all weather crap.
That's right.
Not on that blue. Yeah, that blue.
You saw Cool Runnings.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, I think it's. I just think it's crap that they left her off of that relay.
I 100% agree.
That's the worst part of all of this.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think people are going to be pissed no matter what decision they make. But
I think really
they got it wrong with that.
The worst part about the whole thing is that that no matter what, I mean, it could be federally legal in the United States, and the Olympics Committee could still ban it because it's not just it's not just America, it is the whole world, and there's countries that.
But it was the American Olympic Committee that she was suspended by. It's not the Olympiad or anything like that.
It wasn't the IOC.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure it was our version of that is what suspended her.
So the way I read it was the IOC is the one that banned her, and the IOC is the one that controls the banned substances for the Olympics.
Okay, I could be wrong, but I thought I read it as it was pretty much our version of that.
Yeah. And even still, the IOC has it banned, has marijuana banned, and the problem is that they're not going to unban marijuana because of countries that are a part of the Olympics who have it completely banned, and so it's going to take a lot for not just us, but it's going to take a lot for the world to be able to overturn that ban. And it's crazy to me that in 2021 we're still dealing with this bullshit. Like, let the fucking girl smoke some weed. It's slow.
Like I said, okay, and like if I'm her competitors, smoke it up, man. Hurt them lungs. Like,
smoke it up.
Be slower.
Yeah, I really don't know if she smoked. She probably was eating. She was probably having edibles and stuff.
I know. I mean, it is what it is. Like you said, like around here, nobody gives a crap about that anymore. No. It's not
at all.
It's a non-factor. It's not. You're not gonna, like, people are just like, dude, Twitter is a gold mine for idiots. And like,
oh my God, did you see I cannot remember what his name is, but he works for ESPN. He said, in a tweet, he said that it's all fine when she's running in a straight line while smoking, but what happens if she accidentally picks up a javelin and kills somebody?
Oh my God.
That was his fucking take, and I fucking died. He said it seriously, and I could not help from laughing. It was the dumbest thing I've heard.
He has to have taken that down by now.
I don't think so.
God,
I didn't find it because I can't remember who said it. Like, I can't remember his name.
No,
but the last thing I knew is he did not take it down. Got anything else? Because I mean it's kind of redundant. Like, weed should be legal.
Yeah, we're for her. Yeah,
we're all for her being able to race.
Like, I'm fine, cool, miss 100, but she should. There's no reason she should not be on that freaking relay team.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll do this. We should have done this with the NCAA stuff, but hey, that's how this works. So the Secretary of Defense has reversed the decision and will allow Navy Captain Cameron Kinley to put his military career on hold to pursue his career in the NFL. Do you think that, or the question is, do you think that they should be allowed to suspend their commitment for professional sports?
Yeah. Right. So this is something that I found interesting, that he was officially not allowed. They denied him, and I don't know who. I'm thinking it was the Navy that didn't allow it.
Yes, that would be his commander.
Yeah, which we've been in this situation before. There's been Army players that have gotten permission to do this or whatnot.
Oh, it happens all the time. Happens all the time.
Well, not all the time because there's not a whole lot of military academy kids that are in professional sports. So, that's the question that I want to bring up is like, okay, I was reading the Secretary of Defense's what he talked about, and he was talking about how that he thinks that this is a good idea because it brings better recruitment to the military academies, that it wouldn't shy kids away who may want to join the military but are also wanting to play professional sports. That I think he's trying to send a message that, hey, look, you can go to the Navy Academy, still play in the NFL, and then go be in the military. But see, like, now my question is, so you were in the Navy. Jenny. So, I mean, his commission, I mean, how long? I mean, typically your first sign-up's probably at least, 4 years?
Well,
but he's in the officers program.
Yeah, with officers, it's different. Your commission, it's kind of like a contract you sign with the company.
Right.
So, like, it could be different lengths of time. And guys can sign up for different lengths of time as well.
Right.
Normally their first actual contract gets them through the academy.
Right.
And then they sign up again, or then they sign another contract, which is kind of like just them getting commissioned is their first contract. And then as long as they keep upstanding, an upstanding record, they can just go on like that. And if they don't want to sign up, or if they want to just get out after like one of their contracts is up, and then that's what they do.
But obviously this kid's been, he's obviously thinking high up military. He's enlisted in the officers program. So he's obviously,
he's in the Navy. He's coming out as a lieutenant.
He's got the GPA,
junior grade.
You got to have the GPA to stay in, that program and everything. You have to have you have to meet a lot of requirements, academically, while you're in the academy to maintain that officer's position. So, like, now my question is what if let's just say he is a good average to good NFL player. And let's say he plays for 12 years.
No, that won't happen.
You sure?
Yeah. So what happens is then they put their contracts on hold. They do it for a certain amount of time. Let's say 5 years. And then because what happens is not only is his contract put on hold, but his orders are put on hold and his rank is put on hold. Go ahead.
So this is from the Secretary of Defense. What he wrote was, upon completion of his playing time, we look forward to welcoming him back inside the ranks as a naval officer. In the meantime, we know Cameron will take every opportunity on and off the field to represent the Navy and the military to the American people and assist us in our recruiting efforts. I applaud Navy leadership for finding the way to showcase both Cameron's athletic prowess and as well as his quality and professionalism as student athlete. So, like, I read the letter, and it sounds like he is good until he's done playing when he's done in the NFL.
Yeah, it won't be.
He's welcome back. Well, I'm just saying. I'm not
saying for his talent. I actually never watched. I never watched.
Yeah, no idea. Games. But I'm just saying, there's kids that come out of nowhere from D3, D2 schools that play for,
Yeah, if they're good enough, they'll coast on, like, second string or whatever.
Yeah,
and they'll just coast to
so
team
I just think that's kind of awesome. But then it's like, it's also, you come to hopefully he's got somebody with him, because it's going to be a big change from the military lifestyle to being an NFL player. And if he makes a team, and let's say he makes a few $1 million, he's going to be living a nice cushy life. And then all of a sudden, hey, your NFL career's over. Guess what? It's back to the military, buddy, where it's not as great.
I don't know if they do this exactly like this, but I think either they should or they do. in the off season,
Mm-hmm.
they are treated as reserves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
And
what it
so
said.
yeah, so he
He's
will have
still active.
he's
So
still
if
he's still an active, yes, an active member, but like he'll have to go to drill every other week, and then he for 2 weeks out of the summer he'll have to go somewhere. He'll still be in living up to that military lifestyle. He'll have all of the regulations are still on him. No matter where he gets drafted at, he has to follow the Navy's rules.
mm-hmm.
He can't smoke weed. He can't do any drugs or anything like that.
Which is the NFL rule too. So
well, kinda.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. In the NFL, you get suspended. In the military, you get kicked out. Right. That's the difference.
You go to you go to jail.
Right.
You go to jail.
Right.
You don't just get kicked out.
Right.
But yeah, I have a hard time believing that they're going to allow him to just play out his playing time. Only because the Navy spent a fuck ton of money training him, and they don't want him he's 21 right now, maybe
probably
21, 22. They don't want him coming back as a 35-year-old, ensign. Yeah,
I guess
they don't want they don't want that. They don't want him coming back as a lieutenant junior grade, or an ensign as a 30-year-old. That's a waste of a commission for them, and they'll make him at least serve one tour, because of all the training that he went through. But I think they should allow it. I think they should have a cap on it. But it is what it is. And I mean, I wish him the best of luck. I mean, being in the NFL is definitely gonna be a lot better than being in the Navy. I promise you that.
Well, I figured, with your background with it, I figured it was a interesting discussion to have.
Yeah, so when I was in the Navy, it's a lot of fun because when you're on a ship, really, it doesn't matter which ship it is, you get new ensigns and new lieutenant junior grades coming in, and they're your age and or younger than you, and they're your boss. And so I was on the boat for over a year, and this new ensign comes on board and was trying to legit boss us around. And I was sitting in the mess hall with some guys, and it wasn't me because I was still pretty low on the totem pole myself, but it was a first class petty officer. He just looked at the ensign and was like, yeah, no. Sorry, bud. He's like, I've been on this boat for over 10 years. There's no fucking way you're just walking in here telling me what to do. That's not how this works.
Yeah.
It's a shock for some of those guys. It's funny.
Yeah.
Well, let's stay with the NFL. Here we go. I am probably going to say this wrong. N'Keal Harry. Fine. N'Keal Harry.
Yep.
He has formally requested a trade from the New England Patriots.
Okay.
He was a first-round draft pick 2 years ago. Actually was the 32nd pick overall.
Correct. Last pick of the first. Yep.
Yep. Last pick of the first. And he's been underperforming, but his agent says that it's not so much a problem of performance, but of opportunity. And he thinks that going to a new team will give him the opportunity to prove that he can perform. I think that he caught
33 receptions, 309 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Boo freaking who. He doesn't like Belichick. That's all it is.
What I want to know is what are his targets to his catches? That's what I want to know, because that's his targets will tell you his opportunities that he was getting.
I think the only reason the Patriots were so high on him was because he's a big big-body
I was gonna say he's a big time vertical threat, and he's a real good downhill threat, and it just never panned out that way. I don't know.
He caught 33 of 57 targets.
It's not terrible. It's not terrible. I mean, when it comes to opportunity, Green Bay could use them. God only knows if Rodgers is coming back. If you watched the golf tournament today,
I did not.
I know you didn't. You were at football.
The phone call with Gronkowski was freaking hilarious.
I didn't see that part. I saw on Twitter that Gronk had called in, and I was like, "Of course he did."
Yeah, Brady's on the phone with his earbuds in, talking to Gronk, and Gronk doesn't know that everybody else is tapped in through the headset. And so everybody can hear him, and he's talking, and Brady's just like, "What are you doing, man? Like, we're gonna be in whatever in a couple weeks. You ready to go?" And he goes, it's I'm not like you, using the off season to go golfing. And he said something along the lines, or to get something to it was something, it was a shot at Rodgers, and he goes, "Oh wait," and he was like talking like it was Tom, and he goes, "Oh wait, Tom, that's not you." And then Tom goes, "Aaron, did you hear what he just said?" Rodgers just go, "What'd you say, Gronk?" It was funny. It was funny because I don't think Gronk didn't know. And he was just like,
knowing Gronk, he had no fucking idea.
But
he's just talking to his boy Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were. I mean, the whole time I was listening, they were just grilling Rodgers, trying to get him to respond.
Oh yeah,
with like anything, saying, "Hey, you gonna be there on September 12th?" And Rodgers was like, "What's September 12th?"
Yeah. They asked him twice if he'd be the quarterback of the Packers, and both times he says, "I don't know.
We'll see." Dude, he's loving every second of this.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Go ahead, Derek. You got nothing to say?
Stick to your guns, Rodgers. Just show them who's boss. You show them.
Okay, so you know what? We're gonna do this. I'm gonna say his name wrong. I even practiced saying his name so I wouldn't screw this up. Mattis Kivlinkix.
You're on your own here.
I think I got it. Mattis. I'm not even trying anymore.
Just go.
He was the backup goalie for the Blue Jackets. And he passed away on 4th of July. And it's very sad. We're just going to acknowledge it. Moment of silence, and we'll go. All right. So
he was 24, right?
He was 24.
24, yeah.
Yeah, it was a freak accident.
Just complete accident. Nothing.
Yep. There was no
the weird
no
part the weird part of it all was that Columbus tried to play it off that it was a head injury, that he fell out.
That must have been what I saw.
That was the original report, that he was at a party in a hot tub and a firework got shot towards him. He got out of the hot tub, slipped and fell on and hit his head. That was the original report, but then it all came out. But then it all came out that it was like he got hit in the chest with a firework.
Yeah,
and it wasn't like your typical Roman candles, firecrackers. It was mortar. It was a actual big time firework that just went to the chest.
And so I read the reports from the 911 call, and it said that it was on fire on his chest at first, but there was no penetrating damage.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe their thought process is that it was the concussion from it exploding.
Yeah.
That
budged him all
sent him.
up.
Yeah. That sent him along, or sent him down that path. Cause he had burns on his chest and stuff, but it was nothing that would classify any kind of, death. It's just really sad. The Columbus Crew just opened up their new stadium a couple days ago, and they had the parade down past the arena district, and everybody was out there celebrating with the Blue Jackets and the Crew and everybody. And then this happened. It was pretty sad. Kind of sucks.
Yeah.
just prayers out to his family and friends, and everybody at the crew or everybody at the Blue Jackets. Really, the last topic that we have is obviously the NBA. Oh wait, sorry, no, one thing.
Oh yeah,
this is for our listeners because I have gotten feedback that they want us to talk about NASCAR.
Sure.
Okay, so here we go. This is
is Junior still racing?
Yeah, as far as I know, Jimmy Johnson Jr. and Gordon have won like the last 3 races. No,
is Rusty Wallace still racing?
Yeah. So the literal. Okay, I'm not even playing. I know we don't like ESPN, but I pulled up ESPN just to see what kind of news is going on.
No one likes ESPN.
So, dude, ESPN people don't even like ESPN.
Yep.
I don't want to talk about that because I don't know anything about it.
News.
But fuck me. So
they're really bad.
Right. So the top news, they're in season right now. Like they're racing right now. And their top news is that Atlanta is resurfacing their track. That is the top news of the NASCAR world.
Guys, NASCAR has not been interesting since Tony Stewart killed someone.
Wow.
That's ridiculous.
Wow.
He did. Are we just going to blow past that?
It wasn't even in a NASCAR
Are we going to blow
race,
past it?
First of all, it wasn't even in a NASCAR race.
But it got NASCAR in the, in the top in the stories.
How long ago was that? That had to have been
NASCAR hasn't been relevant since Jimmy Johnson left.
Guys, I got more. You want me to tell you how long it's not been relevant?
No.
One more. You can do one more. Don't make me edit it out.
What? Next topic.
Okay. I knew it. So
I gave you the lesser of the two.
Yeah, that's the shitty part about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so as of right now, it is July 6th Jesus Christ, 10:45 at night. God damn it, Derek.
Yeah, speed it up there, kids.
Okay, so it is the NBA Finals. Game 1 is going on right now. We are in the third quarter. The Suns are up 81-65.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Oh baby, because I haven't looked at the score since we started recording back like almost during the second quarter, I think. Look at that, 83. I mean, the Suns are just fucking whipping the ass right now. How is Giannis's knee, buddy?
Good. I thought from what I've been able to catch since before we started and now, there was a weird instance where it looked like he had kind of re-aggravated his knee injury. But he looked fine to me. I saw in the first quarter, he was 3 of 4 field goals. He was dunking on people. I did.
Okay. So on Twitter, I did see a clip of him just like bullying people down in the paint.
Yeah, he freaking pushed DeAndre Ayton back into the paint and just said, "I'll dunk on you." He's not in the game right now, but I can't tell if he's because he like went up for a block and he kind of went awkward with it.
Okay.
I know Saric left. Saric left for the Suns with a knee injury at some point. So my question was, before we make a prediction, I had an interesting matchup. I thought it was pretty interesting. Was Drew Holiday versus Chris Paul, for the simple fact that Chris Paul is one of the greatest point guards ever played the game, and Drew Holiday is one of the premier perimeter defenders in the league. And I thought, hey, this is going to be a pretty interesting matchup. Well, Chris Paul, 27 points, 6 assists. So I was wrong game 1. I think long term it could be interesting.
I know that like the one big bet coming into this was the Bucks money line. Yeah, that is not fucking happening.
Giannis is played 21 minutes, 5 and 9. He's hit a 3-pointer.
Oh wow, okay.
10. He's got 13 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists. So
I mean, it's the third quarter.
Yeah.
What's his free throws? How's he doing at the line?
The last time I saw, he was like 2 of 4 in the game.
Dude, does he still take 10 seconds?
Yes. Every time Giannis is at the free throw line, the fans are hysterically, just screaming, 1, 2,
Counting.
3, 4. Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah, 86-68 now is what I'm seeing. Close to the end of the first. So my question is, or in third, who you got? How many games?
Okay, so I have the Suns winning this 1,000%. When Giannis wasn't, when he was questionable, I thought it was going to be in 4. I really wanted to just say Suns in 4, just for that.
Right.
And then Giannis was, he was questionable, I guess, and then he was playing, and then I was like, okay, well, if he's playing, then I think it's going to be Suns in 7. But I don't think it's going to be Suns in 7. I think it's going to be Suns in, like, if this is any indication, they are up 18 points right now. I think it's going to be Suns in 5.
Okay. So Suns in 5. Cool.
Suns in 5.
That's Kenny's prediction. All right. First of all, this is the NBA. Okay. This is how the playoffs work now. Game 1, typically the home team, or it's either the home team blows the away team out of the water, or the away team sneaks out game 1, and then game 2, the home team just comes out, kicks the snot out of them.
Yep.
Giannis looks good. I'm gonna go completely fully healthy Giannis. I'll go Suns in 7. I will say it'd be a 7-game series.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, if Giannis,
but he looks fine right now. But like I said, he's only playing 21 minutes tonight, and which I'm sure is caution. Playing safe, being smart, build him up. It's only the first game. You have to just try and take one game out of the 2. So why not test out the water, see how he does game 1, game 2, let him go back to normal self. I'll go 6 at the 6 or 7. I'll take this. I'll take the 7 just because I think Chris Middleton is too good right now in the playoffs to not have a few
he
games.
has been on fire.
He can win. I think he can win a couple games against this Suns team by himself. So obviously it's a disappointing first game for the Bucks. They got like 20,000 people in the stadium and outside the stadium in Milwaukee right now.
Oh, I know.
Pumped. And the freaking Phoenix is freaking bumping. It's loud as hell in wherever they're at, whatever the stadium's called in Phoenix. But I think it's actually gonna be a really good one. I'll go Suns in 7.
Okay. You want to
throw a number?
You want to throw
just
a
pick
dart?
A team, throw a number.
Yeah, just throw a dart, bud.
Well, you guys said Suns, so I'll go Bucks in 7.
Hey, all
there
right.
You go.
Hey, we got an NBA pick from Derek.
Have fun.
So I think you're right. I think that obviously it's I don't think Milwaukee's winning game 1 or 2. Not now. I think what's going to happen is I think 1 and 2 are going to go to the Suns. Milwaukee's going to win game 3, and then the Suns are going to win 4 and 5. I think that's how that's going to go. Sorry, I thought I just heard one of my kids. Anyways.
All right.
Yeah. So, okay. I know I said last topic, and I was completely fucking wrong because guess what this weekend is, boys? Oh, it's the fights. It's the fights. Conor McGregor.
Poirier 3.
Who you got?
McGregor.
Poirier.
You said McGregor, both of you?
Yeah. No. Now, are they doing?
Poirier?
Are they doing 3? They're doing 5 rounds, right?
Wait.
5 3-minute rounds.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Do you see what McGregor put on Twitter
non-championship
today?
fight? So it's 5 3-minute rounds.
Yeah.
Probably something hilarious, I'm sure.
He put, whether real or not, he put Poirier's wife trying to DM him on Twitter.
I freaking love McGregor.
I love McGregor, dude.
I will go McGregor with a 4th round knockout.
That's deep. Yeah, I'm definitely going McGregor on this too. I think if McGregor wins this one, the next fight has already been planned, just not signed, obviously, because he's still in this contract. But I can't remember who it is because he has to beat Poirier and he has to beat one more guy before I think he can go for the belt.
Yeah.
But I think he does win this. I think you're right. I think it's deep. I think they go deep in this one. I think it's gonna be either 4 or 5, but it's definitely gonna be a TKO with McGregor TKO. I can't wait, dude. I'm going to a party. I'm gonna be drinking like all day.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. I mean,
I don't have to record a podcast.
It's been a while for some good fights. The last pay-per-view that I watched, the co-main event was better than the main event, which is always freaking annoying. Went with Stylebender.
With Stylebender.
Sonda, his I mean, he just absolutely owned the Italian dude. I can't think of his name off the top of my head.
Yeah. I think Sugar Sean is fighting this weekend too. He's always really good. He's always really good.
Sugar Shane.
Is it? I thought it was Sean. Shane? Is it Shane?
Whatever the hell his name is. The little Irish dude.
Yeah, the right hand from Sugarland. I love that kid.
Yeah, he's cocky as hell too. But I know Derek's fond memories. We watched some UFC fights together. He was with me. I was with him when Rousey got defeated for the first time. That broke Derek's heart.
With Holly?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that was a fucking great ass fight.
And then we were there when freaking Garbrandt, who did he beat? Cody Garbrandt.
I can't remember, dude, but he was so cocky that match.
It was so much fun to watch.
Yeah. We actually watched Brock Lesnar Frank Mir 2, where Brock Lesnar just worked Frank Mir.
We watched some classic UFC fights in the past. We've been due for some good UFC fight. It was awesome though. The last I'll be watching this weekend.
I didn't. So during the pandemic, I didn't mind the UFC, like in the Apex Center, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
For the sheer fact you could hear the corners, and you could hear the hits.
Yeah.
You could hear the breath come out of the guy when he got fucking like just bodied. Then it was awesome. But now I'm pumped for fans again.
But then it was a sellout arena, and you're just like, okay, yeah, this is way better.
Yeah, and then you hear fans again, and you hear the eruption.
You're like,
you hear Joe Rogan losing his fucking mind with a crowd of 20,000 people behind him just collectively losing their mind. It's just
20,000 people chanting "fuck Jake Paul." I mean, it doesn't get better than that.
Doesn't get better than that. All right, boys, we're here finally. We're gonna pump through this real quick because Jesus Christ, Derek, it's so late.
You're telling me
this is your fault, Ken. You keep bad shit.
You know what? Whatever.
Just go through your list. Who's going first?
All right. This is gonna be our top 5 NFL coaches.
Yep.
Active head coaches.
Yeah, that's important.
Start at 5 and go up. Okay.
I can go first. I got Harbaugh.
Okay.
I got Sean Payton at 5.
Matt LaFleur.
We'll see.
4.
We'll see because
we'll discuss this next week.
Yeah, Matt LaFleur, he's got some coaching to do this year, so we'll see. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
4 is Tomlin.
I have Tomlin at 4 as well.
I have Sean Payton at 4.
And I only gave Tomlin that because he has one more year of consistency over Harbaugh. Those two are pretty
absolutely wrong there, but I will tell you why.
I thought you said
we'll go to number 3. He has been there 1 year longer. He started 07, Harbaugh started 08. Harbaugh is I have it 3.
Number 3.
And I have him above Tomlin because in his 13 years of coaching in Baltimore, he's only had one losing season with, I think, worse teams.
I agree.
Less total talent.
Yeah.
Where Tomlin's had a collective group of offense and defensive talent, where Harbaugh's been stuck with just defensive talent.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I gave that edge to Harbaugh because I looked that up too, how many year difference.
Yeah.
And then I seen the little number. He's had one losing season. Tomlin's had 0. Right?
0. Well, no.
I don't think he's had any.
He's had a lot of
He's gone
500s.
Yeah,
he's had a few 500s.
Yes, you're right.
And Harbaugh's only had one. So
Yep.
with a less superior talent, I mean, they got the same amount of Super Bowls, so I'll take that.
I mean, it's hard to disagree. I'm a Harbaugh fan, so yeah. Three.
Kenny, who'd you have at 3?
3. Sean McVay.
I have Bruce Arians.
Bruce Arians, okay. All right.
You gotta go with what have you done for me?
Yeah,
lately?
no, yeah.
Well, see, and that's where I was at too. I was like, he just won the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
he won the Super Bowl. He also won a Super Bowl with a super team too.
Right. Well, and
what did you in Arizona?
I had
went to the Super Bowl.
Didn't win though.
I had Harbaugh.
He went to the Super Bowl with the Steelers, not as a head coach. I understand.
Right.
Went to the Super Bowl with Steelers. Went to Super Bowl with Arizona. Went to Super Bowl. I mean, where he goes,
he wins.
You're at least competing for Super Bowls. That's important.
But Kurt Warner left, and then the Cardinals were absolute dog shit.
Yeah, that's when he had health problems. He's the Urban Meyer of the NFL.
So he pulled Urban Meyer. Hey, health problems. I'm out.
Yeah.
All right. So no, everyone did 3, right?
Right.
Yes.
All right. Number 2.
Andy Reid.
Agreed. I think 1 and 2 are pretty easy.
Yeah.
Billy Boy. Billy Boy. Tell Billy Boy at 1.
Yeah.
So
I know it's what have you done for me lately, and Reid has actually been better
lately.
But when it comes to these two guys, you have to take the full body, and there's nobody that's done it better in Belichick's era than Belichick. Yeah. There's just not.
I mean, even you got go back to teams that have done it better or come close. You've got like Chuck Noll. I mean, I don't know if that hurts you, Nick, but he's better than Chuck Noll because he.
Oh yeah, no.
His resume, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Chuck Noll's up there,
he's
but
definitely up there.
But yeah, no, I have no problem saying that Belichick's numero uno.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, I don't think anybody should have that problem.
Right, and but people still want to argue about Brady being number 1. You can't anymore.
Yeah, you can't.
Right.
You can't. There's no discussion discussing that. Okay. Actually, how about we do that? How about next week we do our top 5 active quarterbacks?
Active
quarterbacks.
Sure.
Make sure you send me a note because I'll forget.
Yeah, I'll send you a note. But
I just want you to know, because I think he might still be active. Aaron Rodgers, number 1, baby.
Woo!
He's technically active. Yeah,
he's technically active. Yeah. Okay, so I kind of screwed up our intro. At the beginning of this, I'm trying to do our call to actions. Shut up. At the beginning as well at the end. Just to get more interaction, but this is the end of the KD Sports Talk for this week. Obviously, comment your top 5 head coaches.
For sure.
Actually, let's do it this way. If you want to email us anything, comments, your top 5, whatever. If you got questions, anything like that, we can send them to
Kenny.
The email.
You want to know my NASCAR joke that I decided not to tell?
Yeah, the NASCAR
insider
joke.
information.
Yeah.
As
kdpod@outlook.com. Make sure you follow us on our social media, our Twitter. Everything is going to be in the link below or in the description below. So make sure you like, review, and subscribe to the podcast wherever you get your podcast from. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you comment down below. Helps us with the algorithm. And then we'll see you guys next week. Peace out.